I have been hearing about Austin, Texas for so long now, and I've never visited. It's always at the top of the list when you think about the coolest cities in America. It's got the food, it's got the live music, it's got the horribly, oppressively hot summers. But what about the mountain biking? It's time to get my wheels down in Austin and check it out. While I'm here, I've got a couple buddies who are gonna show me around, we're gonna ride, we're gonna eat, and we're gonna see what this place is all about. I've actually never been to Texas. I've been to the Dallas airport a couple times. It's pretty nice. Donuts are settling in just fine now, and I had to come to Mellow Johnny's bike shop. This is Lance Armstrong's bike shop, world famous. I've heard about it so much, and if I came to Austin, I had to come to this place. Oh, wow. Tons of merch. They've even got extra small for you. So this place is massive. It's got everything. There's rentals, there's service, there's even a little coffee shop, and it's called the Juan Pelota Cafe, which, if you know anything about Lance, it's a little play on words. Juan Pelota means ball. When he had testicular cancer, he lost one. So we've got a little piece of Lance Armstrong history. There's a lot of Lance Armstrong history around here, but this is a special one, because this is the look back bike, 2001 Tour de France. Lance is climbing up Alpe d'Huez. Jan Ullrich, him and him are neck and neck. He goes to pass, he looks back at him, he takes off. He gone. Everything here has a personality. It seems like everywhere you look, from the coffee shop to the boot shop to the restaurants, there's some cool, fun design that makes you want to go in and see what it's all about. But that's all surface level stuff. We got to get into the meat of it, and meat we will get into. So my buddy Eric Scott has this YouTube channel called No Front Brakes. He's been an Austin local for about 7 years, mountain biker, and I've asked him, what is your favorite place to eat in Austin? And he said Black's Barbecue.
Hey, how's it going?
Man? So this is it, huh? What's the deal?
So everything is by the pound. You just pick the meat that you want, size that you want, and go for it.
Okay. Oh my God, they won't stop feeding us. Oh, I'm left-handed. I'm gonna go this way.
Yeah, well, I'm too.
Yeah. So we know Austin's got the food, they got the music. What about the mountain biking?
The community is really large, but you would not know that it's that big from the outside.
Yeah. So I think I found your channel almost right when you started out and was commenting and seeing it. And I think at first it's this whole interesting story about your arm and how the heck are you riding? You didn't even have a prosthetic at the beginning?
No.
It's insane.
Yeah. It was funny because I didn't even think about that part of the story. For the channel, I didn't even, I see my hand every day, or non-hand. people that are born with some sort of disability or whatever, you just figure out a way to make things work.
I love your attitude towards it. It's not like there's a speech, well, you know, it's this and it was it. It's a whatever thing. And I think that is powerful.
Yeah.
It's a whatever thing.
I got interviewed for a podcast recently, and something that I never thought about is he asked me, like, what does your parents think? Were your parents just like, and I was like, I don't know. I've never asked them. I was a baby. How would I know what they thought?
So we came to this place because I asked you what your favorite food place in Austin was. But now, tomorrow, we're going to go ride because I asked you what your favorite place to ride in Austin. Where are we going?
We are going to Reveille Peak Ranch.
Okay.
It is a privately held ranch, and they have some of the most fun enduro stages that I've ever ridden, for sure.
Sweet, we got some wicked action ahead. Maybe we'll take on some features that both of us are maybe a little uneasy about and try to clean them.
The cactus gap is pretty wild.
No. We've made it to Reveille Peak Park here with Eric. It's about an hour outside of Austin, and I asked him, what is your favorite trail to ride? It's called Jaws. It's a jump trail, though.
Yep, you'll be fine.
I'm not that good at jump trails. We all know that. But first, we got to see how Eric sets himself up with his prosthetic. Let's get into it.
First thing I do is put on what's called a suspension sleeve, and you just roll it on kind of like a prophylactic.
It's kind of like almost like a
wetsuit?
Wetsuit, yeah.
Yeah. So then this looks pretty menacing, has a little like threaded notch on the end. And then the actual prosthetic inside has a hole that goes into. So
you'll actually hear it click.
Yeah, it has to click.
Do it.
All right, here we go. See if we can hear it. There it was.
Got it.
And then I cinch this back up. And then I'm good to go. And I just pop it on there.
Over the joystick.
This is the new thing. And that keeps it so that I can lift on jumps. I'm not gonna fall off. But if I wreck, all these are gonna snap.
So this whole thing came about because of your YouTube channel.
That's right. One of my subscribers reached out and told me I should talk to Aaron from Chumba Bikes, and he also runs a prosthetic clinic. So it's the two things that I'm passionate about, and it was a perfect match.
So how did it make you feel on like that first ride and it felt dialed?
Completely different, like night and day. I wasn't hunched over anymore. I wasn't having to have my waist a little bit twisted. I felt like a proper rider for the first time.
I'm so amazed that you love mountain biking so much that you're willing to put up with the BS of riding that way for so long. Like that just speaks to me so much about what you're willing to do and how awesome mountain biking is.
You just have to figure out how to make it work.
So your channel is called No Front Brakes because you used to have just the rear brake on this side with no front brakes, and you're shifting all goofy, and your setup's a little more dialed now. What do you got here?
Yeah, so I have dual brake levers, which is really nice because I can actuate one or both. I have the grip shift, which is really nice. And before I would have to think about taking your wrist off of the handlebars to push or pull the shift. It was a little dangerous. And I also have my dropper lever that sits under here. Everything's right there and within arm's reach.
Perfect. Let's go get on the trails. Who needs knee pads? Oh, this one is so nasty. Pump it and jump it. Oh, almost cactus gap. Deadly. Oh. Yes. Getting into the chunk. Nice. Yes. Whoa, don't mess with Texas. Yeah, buddy.
That's so good.
Sweet. What do you do with all your right-hand gloves?
I send them to a guy in Bend, Oregon. He works in a shop called Hutch's Bicycles, and he's missing his left hand.
Nice, you found your buddy.
Yeah, he sends me all his right gloves, and I send him my left.
That was a wild ride, dude. I love it. I love the rocky stuff, and I love how it starts out with flow and jumps that are like outside my abilities right now, but you know if you're here and you practice that you'll actually get them eventually.
Yeah. Yeah, this trail was built by Team Trail Party, a local group, and they built at a bunch of ranches, and every year where they have the enduros, they'll add one stage that's brand new. And so they built these for progression specifically.
Awesome. Dude, I'm so glad we came out.
Yeah.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, it's fun.
Over the past few years, I've ridden hundreds of trails, and I could honestly only tell you the story behind maybe 5 of them. There's tons of blood and sweat and tears that go into building all of them, and today I'm in Deception, just outside of Austin, and I'm with Eric Burns, one of the original trail builders, and he's gonna tell us the story, the history behind the blood, sweat, and tears of this really epic trail. All right, so this is the first feature.
The story behind this actually is kind of interesting. I was out having surgery. I knew I was going to be having surgery, so I pin flagged the trail. I pin flagged a good portion so the rest of the guys could start working on the trail. I got a phone call from one of the guys saying, hey, we saw these pin flags coming up from the creek to this big step up. You sure you want to do this? I said, yeah, let's keep those flags. And they're like, I don't know, it's going to be a tough climb, and then you've got this huge ledge that people are going to have to make it up. I was like, keep it. Don't mess with those pin flags. That's the way the trail's going to be. I want it to suck. Oh, shit.
It seems pretty thick out here with cedar and cactus and rocks. How did you even lay out the trail? How did you even figure out where to go?
Yeah, so my buddy Mike and I, literally, we just came out to build a trail that we could ride. We didn't think of anyone else riding it until a little bit later, and we're like, well, you know, eventually people are going to ride this, so it can't suck too bad. so you know, yeah, it started out really as a selfish sort of venture. I'm not saying I'm a philanthropist, but then it became something bigger than us and than what we had intended. And that's been really cool too. I never really thought that I would have that feeling or that sense of pride about it through the enjoyment of others, as well as just my trail to ride. So that was kind of cool.
Everything has a name out here, huh?
Yeah. Again, literally, this is called the chunk because look at it. It's chunky. This spot right here is Swashbuckler.
Okay.
You know, this after EBD, you get the Swashbuckler. After Swashbuckler, you hit the wall. After the wall, you hit Big Cedar. Everything's got a name out here.
What a wild ride, man. We got a taste of almost everything out here, and crazy Texas climbs, crazy Texas drops. Thanks, and thank you for actually getting the ball rolling and taking action. We all want to ride new trails, but it's very, very few people that actually do it.
Yeah, you know, I had help in the beginning, just a little bit. My buddy Mike and I got it started. Then we got a lot more help. We got the community of users behind us to keep us going, keep us driving and charging forward. So that's why the trail is here and how it's staying here and staying maintained.
Thanks so much.
It's been great. Thank you.
So I'm sure we only scratched the surface of what there is to see and do and ride and taste in Austin. If you know a place that we missed and you love, leave it in the comments down below. And if you like this show, this experiment that we're doing on the channel right now, let us know in the comments as well. Thanks for watching, you guys. I'll see you on the trail.